Why do I cry so easily these days? If that's something that you've quietly wondered, then you are absolutely not the only one that feels that way. It might be that you find yourself tearing up at the news, or crying over tiny things like dropping your keys, or even sobbing in the bathroom without quite knowing why. It's confusing and it's exhausting, and it can feel as though your emotions are no longer under your control. But here's the truth. You're not losing it. You're not overreacting. There is a really good reason that this happens during menopause. And once you understand it, it becomes so much easier to support yourself instead of criticizing yourself. Now in this video, I'm going to explain exactly why menopause can make you feel more tearful, often out of nowhere, and what's really going on under the surface when those tears just won't stop. I'll also share a couple of gentle, soothing ways to support yourself through it, so that you don't feel quite so fragile or overwhelmed. I'll also talk about a lesser known reason that this tearfulness can feel so intense, and why it's actually a sign of something really important. But first, I want you to know this. Tearfulness is one of the most common symptoms of menopause, but hardly anyone talks about it. It doesn't feel serious enough to mention to your doctor. It doesn't feel bad enough to justify time off of work. So it often gets bottled up or brushed off as just, being a little bit hormonal. But there's nothing just about it, is there? When you cry easily, you start to question yourself. You might avoid certain conversations or situations. You might even start to feel ashamed, as if you're weak or too sensitive. And that's why it matters that we talk about it here. Because this isn't about being overly emotional. It's about being human and being affected by something very real. Now here's what's happening behind the scenes. When you go through menopause, your levels of estrogen, progesterone, and even serotonin, they all change. And those hormones don't just affect your body. They also play a huge role in your emotional regulation. So when your estrogen levels drop, you lose part of your emotional buffer. And when progesterone drops, your soothing system also takes a hit. And when serotonin gets lower, it becomes harder to bounce back after something upsets you. And that means that your emotions feel raw, close to the surface, and you might cry more easily, feel hurt more quickly, or struggle to calm down once you're upset. And because this can come on gradually, it can feel really disorientating. You might find yourself saying things like, I don't know what's wrong with me. Just don't know what's wrong with me anymore. I'm not normally like this. I used to be able to cope. So let me say this clearly. There is nothing wrong with you. Your body and your brain are adapting, and the tears are part of that shift. But there's something else that I want to mention, something deeper. Sometimes the tears are triggered by hormones, yes, but sometimes they're also tears that you've been holding in for years. You might be grieving the version of you that used to have more energy, more patience, more spark. You might be carrying years of invisible labour, of being the strong one, the calm one, the one who just gets on with it all. And now you are full. So the smallest thing, like someone criticising you or not noticing what you do, it tips you over the edge. And it's not about those shoes that are left on the floor or the tone of someone's voice. It's about everything underneath that moment that's never been acknowledged. And that's why menopause can feel like a wave of emotion that you just didn't see coming, because that wave has been building quietly for years. But here's the good news. Tearfulness isn't a sign that you're falling apart. It's a sign that something in you needs gentleness, reassurance, rest. So if you find yourself crying out of nowhere, try this. Firstly, pause. Put your right hand gently on your chest and say to yourself, either out loud or silently, This is okay. My body is releasing something. I don't need to fight this. Then breathe in slowly through your nose and breathe out through your mouth as if you're gently blowing through a straw. And do that a few times. Long, slow exhales. And picture your body softening with every breath. You can even say quietly to yourself, I'm safe in this moment. It's okay to let this pass. You might want to place your hand over your heart and imagine a warm light there, soft, comforting and steady, like your own inner presence holding you from inside. And this isn't about pushing the tears away. It's about creating comfort within you so that you don't feel lost inside of those tears. Tears are a release. They help to regulate your nervous system. They move energy through your body. And they don't make you weak. They make you real. So let them come, let them go. And then give yourself what you need in that moment. Whether it's a comforting cup of tea or a walk outside or 10 minutes of peace and quiet. And if you'd like to feel more like yourself again, with fewer meltdowns and more moments of calm, my next video will help with exactly that. And it's called How to Feel Like Yourself Again During Menopause. And it's full of real, natural ways to gently bring back more steadiness and emotional ease without pretending that everything's fine. So if this video has helped you feel seen and understood, then go and watch that one next. You're not falling apart. You're going through something profound. And you deserve care, not criticism, especially self-criticism. You've got this. I'm right here with you.